We are finally at the climax, the end of Hanzo Hattori. This last section here, the Osaka Castle battle, along with the castle stage at the end. This took me close to an hour to complete. Big stage for the Osaka Castle battle, and then the castle's thing at the end, trying to hunt down Hideyori. You know, it takes some time. It takes some time. So welcome back, everyone. Welcome to the final deep dive into Hanzo Hattori's story and Samurai Warriors 1. Now, when I say deep dive, because I'm getting some comments of people getting confused on this deep dive and what it means. It's not a deep dive in terms of analysis or comparison or trying to get you guys to understand certain things about the character. I can't do that because I don't know anything about the character. The history is not something that I am particularly familiar with, not even the games. I just know bits and pieces, the characters' names, and that's pretty much it. That's where I'm at right now in terms of understanding the battles and everything. That they don't make any sense to me yet. The timeline, the order of events that happens, I don't have it clear yet. It's not like Dynasty Warriors clear. Like Dynasty Warriors, I can get you a clear 184 to 280. We can talk about anything you want in between that timeline, and I can chop it up. Samurai Warriors, we started what year? 1560 maybe? It seems like when most games start. Is that the Okahazama battle, or is that Sekigahara? Still bits and pieces for me for Samurai Warriors. So that's what this deep dive is to get myself to understand it better. Hopefully gain enough knowledge on it that I'm at the same level that I am with Dynasty Warriors. Anyway, we got the final bout here, Osaka Castle. This is after successfully getting the letter and seeing the intent that the Toyotomi and Sanada are planning to take down Tokugawa, like they were plotting against them. Hideyoshi had passed away, so he wasn't part of this battle. And then jumping into the battle itself, it's a pretty big map. It's one thing that earlier Warrior games do. It makes the map feel huge, and it definitely did that. I would say the battle itself was alright. We'll talk about it towards the end in terms of the Muso meter, but it was okay. It had some good moments. Hanzo Hattori in the beginning had a badass beginning. Kills like, what, 6 people by himself easily. Just showcasing his aura and badass kind of personality that he has. And he really carries himself really well here in this battle. So he's going to do well, probably with his personality in the Muso meter. First thing we have to do is infiltrate the castle and take down the cannons of the Sanada Maru. Sanada Maru is very familiar in terms of the name. I've played Spirit of Sanada. I've heard about it before. I've done, obviously, Yukimura's thing against Zhao Yun. I researched it and did all that stuff that I had to do for it. I can't tell you the significance of it, and that's why we're doing the deep dive. So I'm here on the eastern side trying to break through. I thought that maybe there was like a ninja way to get in, you know, something I can jump over, but it seems like I have to go the traditional way of opening the gates and getting in. So once I kill the guy in front of the gate, we open the gate, we go in, and then I find the ninja way to get in. There's like a ledge you can jump over, and we get in to fight these defense captains. These defense captains should have had their own name. It shouldn't have been defense captain. His name should have been like Momoichi Chidori or something, because these dudes were tanky, and they had their own like Musos and stuff, and these defense captains put up some work. Anyway, I defeat the first one on the western side, then I defeat the other one on the other side, and I silence the cannons. Once the cannons have gone down, Yukimura gets a nice little cutscene here. I mean, this battle was full of drama, so it's going to do well in that department as well. Yukimura runs out of the castle. It's my job to stop him, and then I think Kunoichi appears in the back end to take out our supply depot, so I have to deal with that as well. First thing we have to do is stop Yukimura from reaching the forest for whatever reason. So I don't question it. I just do my job, just like Hanzo. So I take him down. We go down. We fight Kunoichi. We kill her as well, and everything seems to go pretty smooth. It's a pretty fun level. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really getting used to Hanzo as well. He seems to be a really fun character. I'm gonna have a different video coming out that summarizes everything with Hanzo, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, once all that goes down, I clip out some other people for a little bit, and then Yukimura appears once again with another cutscene. I mean, this is just Yukimura's moment. I think this is like his biggest moment. Isn't this the battle that he dies in? Pretty sure it is. Anyway, he appears with some cavalry, and he pushes. I have to stop him from once again entering the main camp. So we fight him. He was a tough cookie and a half to take down, but we eventually do, and we move to the next phase. Next phase has, I think Hideyori escapes to the castle, and then they have one of his retainers. I have no idea who it is. I don't know the name. I'll see it once when it comes up, but someone part of the Oh No army. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh yeah!
Anyway, we go to fight him. We start picking off some of his people just to make it easier to kill him. And then we come down to fight, oh, that's his name, Harunaga. We come down to fight Harunaga. He was really easy to beat. Even with the mist upgrade commander thing he had on, he was really easy to chop down. And that would be the end of the mission. Or at least I thought it was. Apparently get to defeat all the people. So I go down to kill the last person, Mr. Kimura. Hey, Kimura, just like the, is that the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu move? Is it named after this guy? Anyway, Kimura goes down, and that is the end of that segment. It loads right into the next section, which is a castle thing. So that both of these sections took about a half an hour. First thing I do into the castle, I end up going through it. I fight some people because I thought that's what they wanted me to do, eliminate people, but my job was actually to take down Hideyori. Once I take down this first person, I kind of just ignore everybody else. I'm just like, let me just go through the stage. If I don't have to kill nobody, then I'm not going to kill them. I'm not going to waste my time with it. If it's not going to yield me anything, we skip on to the second floor, and we start searching for Mr. Hideyori. So I guess what I have to do is I have to like find their face. So I just have to see them, and then once I do that, I can unlock the stairs to do that and all that stuff. I end up fighting Kunoichi. We take her down. We end up going to the third floor, and then the castle ends up being set on fire, which doesn't do any damage to me, which I'm actually surprised for. But I find out a little later, it actually starts doing damage if I take too long to get through the mission. We fight Kunoichi once again. She's beefed up. She's pretty hard to fight because she's fast and does a lot of damage and all that stuff. But we end up taking her down, and we end up going through the whole stages. I don't remember which floor we find Hideyori on, but we do. We find him, we take him down, and then we go on to fight Yukimura at the top of the castle, a 1v1 classic style. You know, Hanzo and Yukimura has like their little philosophical debate towards each other, which is really cool to see. We end up fighting him and taking him down. Hanzo was a really interesting character. I'm going to talk about him more in a different video, and what I liked about him, what I didn't, all that stuff. We'll summarize everything together, put it all together in a video. That'll be like a mini first impressions analysis of him. Not first impressions, because I've played with him before. I know him, I'm aware of him and everything, but just from what I've gathered from this game. Then we finally get the cutscene at the end after Yukimura goes down, and it's just a really cool one. It's just interesting to watch. I think there's some blood in this one that they showed on his forehead. You know, Yukimura goes down, and then Hanzo disappears into the darkness. This one feels like, instead of the other ending, this one felt like it was more of like a completion thing. The land was united under one, and he no longer needed to do what he did, so he kind of just went away. But yeah, anyway guys, that's really all I have here. Let's talk about the Muso meter for both stages. Starting with the Osaka Castle one, very good stage, dropping down into the drama. Definitely going to give it a 5 out of 5. There's a lot going on in this battle. Osaka Castle was a really, I'm assuming, one of the most important battles for this time period. Full of drama, full of things happening, lots of really cool things. Yukimura shining on top of it and everything like that. So for drama, I would definitely give it a 5 out of 5. In terms of personality, I feel like Osaka Castle wasn't really about Hanzo. He did have that really cool cutscene, so I'm definitely going to give it at least a 3.5. But I think after that, it's not really about him. It's more about Yukimura. This is like Yukimura's stage, and they did highlight like Hanzo's moments in it. So for personality and seeing how Hanzo kind of adapted to it, he was kind of the same character. He wasn't much different than what we've already seen before in this. And so for the stage itself, I would give it a 3.5. Strategy-wise for it, it was a pretty straightforward one in terms of following everything. I'm going to give it a 3. Didn't seem really affect much. It's the end game stage. Not like we're going to lock anything else from doing something different. Actually, no, I'll give it a 3.5 because I feel like if you don't, it's a pretty tough stage. If you don't do things correctly, you can actually lose all your people pretty easily and stuff like that. The map itself was actually pretty fun as well. I think the map is great. There were some weird moments with it, like Ieyasu would order people to attack, but then they wouldn't move. So it's like, I didn't really get a sense of that battlefield feel with it, which kind of sucked. You know, I would have loved more of a army versus army kind of battle feeling, but still decent enough. I'll give him a nice 3.5. And then for power, I'm going to keep it the same as I did in the other video. I'm at max level with him. Give him a nice 4 on power. He feels good with his maxed combos and everything. His element, the fire element on him, feels much better than the death element, like I talked about in the previous video. And he's a solid 4. Moving over to the Osaka Infiltration Castle. I mean, it took about just the amount of time to beat that as it did the first one. So I'm definitely going to count it as a different stage. In terms of power, we're going to knock it out, give it a 4-star once again. Character felt fine. He's the same. Doesn't feel too much different. In terms of drama, we're going to give it a solid 4.5 out of 5. Lots of good stuff coming into this battle. I like the ending with Yukimura and talking to him and stuff like that. It was a great moment for him. Of course, his ending cutscene was beautiful as well, and he just had some great moments. There was a lot of drama in this one, especially leading up to it. It was like, oh, we're going right into it. I'm following him, trying to take down Hideyori. Lots of good stuff going on here. Personality-wise, for Hanzo in this one, I feel like his other stage, he had way more personality. I like the philosophical aspects. I'll still give him a 4.5 out of 5 for personality on this one as well. I like just his approach. The ending really helped as well, but I think the other one did it better. I just liked it a lot more versus the ending conversation with Yukimura. Not the actual cutscene at the end, but the conversation he had with Yukimura. I just felt it wasn't as powerful as the other one. The other one was, I mean, Hanzo was on his shit. And then with strategy, I think I'll finish it up with a 4. I think it's a pretty straightforward mission. Can get pretty difficult. Fighting Hideyori was a pain in the ass, but we ended up doing it. We killed him. Then we had the one-on-one fight with Yukimura. I like the Osaka Castle. I think it looks great. I like the gold and the aesthetic of it. It looks really nice and everything. But in terms of strategy, it's pretty straightforward. There's not much really to do here, and I think a 4 is a great rating for it. I like the stage, it was great and all that. And yeah, that's gonna bring an end to Hanzo Hattori here. Let me know down below, who do you guys want to see next? Should be a poll up on the channel at some point. Should have been like a few days ago or something that I came out, and probably already asked you, and I already been working on the next person. But I want to get through everybody. I want to connect as much as I can to these characters, and then once I get really comfortable with them, we're gonna start pitting them against each other. Maybe we'll do it a little sooner and just, you know, just do the research for the individual character. You know, I think Hanzo will go great against Jotai or someone else from Dynasty Warriors. I can't think off the top of my head, but I think Hanzo and Jotai would be great. So we'll see how that ends up developing. Anyway, guys, all I have for the video here. Hope you all enjoyed it. This is going to be the last deep dive for Hanzo. We'll have one more video for him just to talk about overall aspects of the character from the game. So be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, hope you all enjoyed it. Would definitely appreciate you guys dropping a like or a sub if you did. And I will see you all in the next one. Later, guys.